and welcome. I'm Tracy Pa with the Midday News. The National St. John Ambulance Service has proudly announced the endorsement of the Green Angel Appeal as the highlight of celebrating 2024 International St. John Ambulance Day. The Green Angel Appeal, an initiative by #1 Trophy Limited Group, aims to raise 1 million kina by the end of this year to support the National St. John Ambulance Service.
St. John Chief Commissioner and CEO Matt Cannon expressed profound gratitude to the community and particularly #1 Trophy Limited Group, emphasizing the critical timing of their support.
Green Angels that we are naming the appeal after are men, women, young, mature, who day to day put their lives on the line, literally, to save others. And I think that's a humble, noble cause that deserves the recognition and support. I get the privilege of going out with the Green Angels on occasions and can see the challenges, the obstacles, the risks that they face, and get the joy of seeing the photos of the work that they do in the communities. To see people wading through flood water in vehicles, to see people crossing rivers waist deep to try to bring help. That's what this organisation stands for, and it's what the Green Angels do every day. And that's reflected by the trust and confidence that's palpable within the community towards the Green Angels and the work they do. Most importantly, for that trust to continue, it relies on honesty and integrity from our team, from my position to the people on the front line. And it's something that we can see that the trust that #1 Trophy Limited is placing in us by launching this appeal is reflective of that integrity that has to be carried forward by every person that wears this uniform. And not only that, but they're upholding the traditions of the last 67 years that people have worn this uniform in Papua New Guinea.
Initiating the Green Angels 1 million kina appeal, NWTL presented an initial 150,000 kina in advance to St. John Ambulance yesterday. #1 Trophy Limited hopes to raise the rest of the 1 million kina through the subsidiary companies and the network throughout the country, as well as from overseas by end of the year.
So from my point of view and from the leadership team at #1 Trophy, we actually thought about, how do we make a long-term sustainable difference to St. John's Ambulance, not just a simple donation, but something that's actually sustainable, which is the most critical part of any appeal, in our opinion as well. That we're going to put across our 50+ stores in the country to allow the everyday Papua New Guineans to make a donation simply by scanning a QR code, takes them to a page to allow them to make a small deposit to St. John's, or a large deposit, we hope, of course. And so that's one vessel. So in our retail network across PNG, we actually touch thousands and thousands of customers every day through Phone House, Trophy House, and all these other businesses that we have.
The NWTL Group is a leading business conglomerate in Papua New Guinea, operating for over 35 years and employing more than 1,100 people in some of the country's leading retail and wholesale businesses. These businesses include household names such as Phone House, Trophy House, Post Security Services, South Pacific Building Solutions, One Tech, Victory #8, Quick Distribution, and more. Cannon said the support by NWTL will help put more ambulances on the road, fund essential equipment, lighten the load on the team, and ultimately save more lives. Frida Kana, TV1 News.
The National Capital District Police arrested a 25-year-old man last Friday, June 21, 2024, for forging a police clearance. The 25-year-old from a mixed parentage of Western and Gulf was an employee of Kisok, a company based at Vision City. National Capital District Metropolitan Superintendent Silva Sika confirmed that the suspect was arrested by police who were patrolling the Vision City area. Metsup Sika warned the public who are using technology to edit and approve documents like police clearance, medical reports and others to stop because it is a crime. The 25-year-old has been detained and is waiting further investigations. Governor General Grand Chief Sir Bob Dadai has personally met and congratulated two students from Paradise College who recently won top awards in a prestigious international high school project competition. Gertrude Angel Wifer, a grade 10 student, was awarded gold medal at Guinness Olympiad at Rochester Institute of Technology in New York, USA, in the creative writing category, poem writing, profound depiction of the destruction caused to the natural environment from the perspective of a tree. Kuldero Manika, a grade 9 student, won a silver medal on the arts category for his remarkable portrayal of the impact on the environment by human action as seen from the perspective of future generations, also at Guinness Olympiad in New York. Sir Bob said he was proud to see two Papua New Guinean students excel in a worldwide competition that included students from 65 other countries. The Governor General commended parents of the two students, also as well as the Paradise College principal and teachers for their commitment and dedication in mentoring the students. 3 students from North Fly District in Western were among the first 6 students from PNG to successfully completing their 11-month hands-on training on intensive and transformative agriculture training in Israel despite the war between the Hamas terrorists from Palestine and the host country Israel. Part of their program include farming using Israeli technology and innovations such as farming, drip irrigation system, and post-harvest, and Israeli technology which is widely applied in harsh desert farmlands in Israel and other parts of the world to boost productivity, sustainability, and profitability. A new surge of unrest has hit New Caledonia amid warning the decision to send 7 activists charged over deadly riots to France has mobilized pro-independence supporters. Authorities in the France territory said on Monday local time a police station and town hall were set on fire overnight and that the civil unrest had spread beyond the capital of France. The unrest followed a decision by France authorities to transfer the pro-independence activists 17,000 kilometers away for detention. Political and legal observers say the decision violates rights, including the right to respect for family life, and took a colonial approach that would only intensify the turmoil in the Pacific 30. It was one of the worst outbreaks of unrest since 9 people, including 2 Gahams, were killed in the violent riots that flared in early May over controversial voting reforms proposed by the French government. The New South Wales Premiers announced the newest stage of Sydney Metro will be opened in August. Testing is nearly complete on the link between Castwood and Sydenham that soon be carrying commuters through a new harbour tunnel.
Deep beneath the new-look Martin Place station, the Premier took on the role of commuter-in-chief. He'd been promising a train every 4 minutes during the peak.
Time it.
4 minutes. Now it was time to deliver. Chris Minns and his Transport Minister were heading for the harbour, and after a brief stop at Barangaroo, the Metro hit its stride.
That's right, we're just about to go under the harbour.
Trains on this stretch are being tested to see if they can cope with the real-life timetable ahead of the opening sometime in August. After arriving at Crow's Nest in just 7 minutes, Joe Halen was confident commuters would be content.
We are talking about fast journey times, just 3 minutes from Barangaroo through to North Sydney, or 15 minutes from Central Station to Chatswood.
This link means passengers can go all the way from the northwest to the city without changing at Chatswood, although the lower section from Sydenham to Bankstown is still more than a year away. While this is a good news story for the Labor government, the truth is most of the work was done under the coalition. It was a pet project of Gladys Berejiklian, so will the former Premier be invited to cut the ribbon?
I wouldn't go that far. I want to make it clear that former Premiers will be invited to the opening of this line. That's really important to acknowledge. I mean, let's be honest, most of this was completed under the previous term of government.
Labor says it's also about $9 billion over budget, but there's little choice now but to get on board.
The new leader of Solomon Islands is in Australia to discuss security ties, a sensitive area since the Pacific nation signed a secretive pact with China. Solomon's Prime Minister Jeremiah Manile is visiting Canberra and Queensland on his week-long trip. It will be his first visit to Australia. Prime Minister, we apologize for that. The health worker which runs the Royal Adelaide Hospital could be penalised up to $250,000 million if it fails to comply with an imperative notice handed out by South Australia's work safety watchdog. Safe Work SA issued the sanction as the state's public hospital system continues to operate under an internal emergency.
It's the state's flagship hospital, but inside SA's work safety watchdog says improvements are urgently needed for workers.
This has taken us by surprise. This is a very big decision that's been taken by Safe Work SA.
Two Safe Work inspectors visited the Royal Adelaide last Tuesday. They allege work health and safety laws and regulations were being broken. The inspectors found the demand escalation framework for patients failed to have adequate control measures to eliminate or minimise the risks associated with workers' psychological health and safety, and the employer was unable to provide evidence of a safe system of work to adequately control the risk.
For that to be reflected in an improvement notice just goes to show how difficult things have reached in that emergency department.
Management at the Royal Adelaide have until July 9 to fix the alleged breaches or face a fine of up to $250,000. Safe Work SA says its inspection followed multiple reports about the conditions in the ED by the Doctors' Union.
It will be difficult to meet the requirements set out in the improvement notice, but not impossible.
In a statement to ABC News, a spokesperson for the Central Adelaide Local Health Network said they were working collaboratively with Safe Work SA to make sure a safe workplace was being provided for staff and patients. South Australia's Public Health Network has been operating under a Code Yellow or internal emergency mode for almost a month due to sustained demand. Safe Work's inquiries are continuing.
That's the news update. Join us at 6 for the main news.